Christ brought my life to a screeching halt in November of 2008. I was a senior in high school. Everything I thought life was about and where I was going shifted. During those early months, I read anywhere from 3 to 23 chapters of the Bible. It absolutely consumed me. I'll never forget when I first came across this prayer in Proverbs. It's Proverbs chapter 30, verses 7 through 9. The wisdom I discovered in it has forever shaped how I think about God and my priorities in prayer. And in this post, I wanted to share a few takeaways I have that have stayed with me all this time. To understand the significance of this prayer, we need to understand Proverbs. It's like a practical guide for life found in ancient Israel's Bible, their Old Testament. It's written in Hebrew by a few authors. 4 are named: King Solomon, 10th century BC, King Hezekiah, 8th century BC, Agur, and King Lemuel. There are also, quote, sayings of the wise. Those authors are not named. A proverb is simply a statement or a group of statements that are pithy pieces of advice, like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. That one is not in Proverbs, but these are. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Fools despise wisdom and understanding. Here's a second one. Get your fields ready, and then after that, build your house. And here's a third one. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman who shows no discretion. What's fascinating about our prayer is that it comes from Agur. The only thing we know about him is what he wrote in Proverbs chapter 30. It's the wisdom of Agur, the son of Jakeh. What's even more fascinating is that Agur, in the book of wisdom, provided the only prayer in the book of Proverbs. Does that then make this one of the wisest prayers you can pray? Probably. Listen to his prayer. 2 things I ask of you, Lord. Do not refuse me before I die. Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise, I may have too much and disown you and say, who is the Lord? Or I may become poor and steal and so dishonor the name of my God. Agur asks for 2 things. The first is truthfulness, and the second is modesty or sufficiency or just enoughness. Before I get to my main takeaway, let me dive into this a bit further. Agur asks for truthfulness in his life. He needs to be able to trust other people. Believing lies causes a great deal of embarrassment, and more than that, pain to you and your loved ones. But there's a bit more behind his request against falsehood. He doesn't want to be led astray by lies about God. He wants to know the truth of God and stand in that truth so that he can walk by it. Second, being rich and being poor are both dangerous in your relationship with God. Having too much may lead you to forget God and leave him behind. Having too little may lead you to forget God and harm others to get what you need. That's the gist of what he says. And here's the takeaway I've always kept from this prayer. My relationship with God matters more than anything else. Think about it. The compilers of Proverbs, the book of wisdom, could have included 1,000 different prayers, but they chose only one. And it's all about keeping our mind right about God, that we be grounded in the truth, and it's about keeping our heart right with God, lest we forget him or dishonor him. When I first read that, it truly stopped me in my tracks and forced me to think about my priorities, especially in my prayer life. I hope this is helpful. Thank you for listening. I'm Aaron Massey. You can find more walks like this through God's Word on my channel, Aaron G. Massey. I hope to see you there.